Hi, let's continue with the while loops. While loops are pretty similar with basic loops. The only difference is you select the condition in the while statement. That means you say where to finish before the loop starts. There is no exit keyword in while statements. Actually, you can use like in basic loops, but generally you won't need that because you have your condition to exit. You don't need to have another one. But anyway, if you need to exit except your while condition, you can use exit keyword. The loop iterates until the condition returns false or faces with a satisfied exit statement. The same, you can also stack into infinite loop with while loops too. The condition can always be true and you can travel with infinite loops. So you have to be sure that your condition will be false in a time. Now let's turn back to our previous example and turn it into a while loop. Let's delete our loop keyword and change it with while and condition. Let's keep exit first, we will delete it later. So at first I'm deleting these comments and I am now deleting loop and writing while v counter is smaller or equal to 10. We use while loops like that. While and then our condition and then our loop keyword. Now that is all. Now let's finish that with 3 so that these two are different. Let's first execute our set server on keyword. Then let's run our code. As we can see, exit worked in here too. Even if we coded to finish when v counter is equal to 10, it stopped when v counter is greater than 3. Exit stopped the iteration. Now let's comment the exit condition and run it again. Let's clear up here and run our code again. Great, it printed our text until v counter reached 10. So far so good. What if we comment the increment of v counter? It seems we will have an infinite loop. Will it be like that? Let's see now. It worked for some time, then it stopped. When we look at the script output, everything seems normal. But if we scroll upwards, we will see that we had some error. Buffer overflow limit of 1 million bytes. We exceeded the buffer limit of DBMS output package. So we had an exception. We can change this limit, but the result will be the same in some time. We will mention in detail later, but I can say that DBMS output does not show the output directly. For example, we accept that our text will be printed in every iteration, but you will not see any output until your query finishes running. All your text and error messages will be stored in a buffer until your query stops. Then all of them will be printed in one step. Yes, so it seems we cannot stack into an infinite loop. It will stop in somewhere, isn't it? Let's delete the problem area, which is DBMS output, and run again. We need to write a null because there must be something in our loop. So let's run it again. As we can see, we had an infinite loop now. An infinite loop stops if an error occurs or if you kill your session. We can kill our session with clicking on this icon in here, or you can ask your DBA to kill your session. So let's kill our session now. User requested cancel of current operation. Yes, we use while loops with writing while and our condition and our loop. While it reads until this condition is satisfied. When this condition is false, that means when v counter is greater than 10 in here, our loop will be finished. So, this is so simple, and this is the end of while loops. See you in the next lessons.